Game audio, we must be getting close to the start time here.
Getting excited. Oh, wow. Oh, there it is.
Underway. Good luck to the
Boogity,
runners.
boys.
Much luck to Tersio and Ori here. Good luck, boys. So, ONET is a big deal in this race category here because a lot of things can go wrong, but a lot of things can go quite well too. But ONET's the hardest part of the whole speedrun in my mind. Non-manipulated, of course, which in this race category we do not use manipulation for ONET.
Disallowing manip in ONET allows for an even playing field for any racer, old or new. Just because there's so much variance, like D-Rock said, anything can go wrong or right.
In the first 30-40 minutes, a lot can happen that can make or break your run in a tournament setting such as this. So it'd be interesting to see how it plays out and how each runner deals with the game as it's thrown at them, like I said before. What's up, Hunter?
Hi, Hunter. Shoutouts to Tersio's Cardinal movement.
Card what? So
yes,
it was
Windows. Now's a great time to update my computer.
So it was Uko that actually determined that walking in a straight line was like what was it, like every like 6th pixel or something you like move forward a little bit.
It's probably too long of a tangent for this race for me to go on about it.
All right, fair enough.
But basically, if you can move cardinally as in north, south, east, or west to get to your destination, you should. You want to move diagonally as little as possible, but only when it's optimal. Because of very frame-based things.
Terstio's a tad behind here, but again, the hill climb can change and ONET can change a lot, so he's not too far behind, but he is right now trailing.
So Ori's coming on the first part of the game where enemy spawns turn on. Anything can happen outside here.
Yeah, let's see what the hill throws at him here. That's pretty standard snake spawn right there.
That's a good start right there.
Usually 9 times out of 10 you have a dog right in that corner, and
yep.
It's actually a really tough spot to despawn. But right here he has a snake, so he can just pop a quick stutter step and get around it.
He's stuttering away from the snake right now because I don't know if you saw it, but on the very edge of the screen on the left, he saw a dog. So he knew that he needed to despawn that before trying to go around. But he took advantage of that crow movement there.
Yeah, keen eye right there. He saw that the crow was moving into the wall away from him, so he was able to walk directly past him.
Meanwhile, Tersio is having some crow trouble.
Or he got chased down the hill a bit there. But yeah, Tersio's having some bad spawn luck here. Let's see how he deals with it.
Oh, Ari too, he's getting surrounded. He doesn't know how to deal with this dog.
Oof.
But there you go, he's got that crow on.
Oh, what a dodge by Tersio there. Oh, man. Wow, Tersio,
good stuff.
Dude.
Good
wow,
stuff.
Nice.
Oh, but the dog,
though. That was nice, though. That was a nice sequence from Tersio there. So Ari's the first one up the hill, so he's going to be... so right here, after the Buzz sequence, you gain Buzz. Spawns get turned off, and then they get turned back on after you go back to Pokey's house and come back outside when the screen changes from night to day. That's the trigger that turns the spawns back on. And that's intended in the game, so... Tersio taking a death here. Ouch. In terms of enemies on the hill, the ones that you really don't want to fight are the crows, because they are fast, they're hard to run from, and 9 times out of 10, they're gonna kill you. Up from there, you really don't want to fight a snake. If you're gonna take any fight on the hill, it should be a dog, because they're pretty easy to defeat in a couple rounds, and you do gain a level out of the deal too.
Yeah, it's interesting that the dogs are always the easiest to fight, but they also give the most experience.
Not to mention the crows can also steal your items.
A magic butterfly.
Maybe if he takes the butterfly, these spawn plays can relax.
Yeah, they're going full ham on him.
Let's shift over to Ori's screen for a minute here. He's in the midst of the Starman fight, which for the most part is free.
For the most part?
Well, what I mean is like time-wise.
Yeah, I hear you.
So typically it takes 3 Buzz attacks to down Starman, but if you get some good luck and you get some strong attacks, you can finish him off in 2.
Or if you get some bad luck, it can take 4.
Well, looks like Ori's going to get the 3 attack Starman.
The difference between a fast Starman and a slow Starman, other than Buzz's attack damage, is whether or not Starman Jr. uses PSI Fire. PSI Fire takes the longest to happen because it has the most text that you have to match through. Plus, it also has the animation of fire being thrown at you.
Yep. Starman's got his 3 attacks. He can use Freeze, which is single target, and doesn't take that much time. He has the fire, like Uko said, takes the most, and he also has a turn where he can guard, which is really what you want to see. And good on Tersio. He's going to be up the hill now. So the text sequence that Ori is going through here, it contains 2 questions that Buzz asks you. You have to answer yes to the first one and no to the second one. If you answer yes accidentally to the second question, he starts the entire text spiel over again, and it loses time. So it's important to understand that if you learn the run, that you have to answer yes first and then no.
I still mess that up sometimes.
Yeah, in my race yesterday, I actually overmashed it by accident.
Yeah.
So Ori's going to be heading to the treehouse behind the library there. He's going to be picking up an item called the Mr. Baseball Cap, which has 1 more defense than the item he's going to sell it for. But the difference being that the Mr. Baseball Cap sells for $99. So what he's going to do is he's going to sell the cap, and he's going to buy the same item, but with not the same item, but he's going to buy an item called the Baseball Cap that has 1 fewer defense. But in the transaction, he's going to gain $99. Which is going to allow him to buy a second defensive item called the Cheap Bracelet, which is going to make the next couple of fights relatively safer.
You would rather have both the baseball cap and the cheap bracelet than just the Mr. Baseball Cap in this situation. So selling your treasured gift that you just got from your friend is going to be the most optimal solution.
What's up, King?
So this fight that Ari is taking is not required, but it's like you might as well do it in terms of the speedrun, and that nice smash though.
And that 9 HP though, oof.
Taking this fight and getting the hamburger drop with it are both very helpful. In terms of experience, it'll help you level up after you beat Frank, so that you get a guaranteed big HP boost as well as a 5 psychic point boost, so that you can more reliably survive the Frankenstein Mark II fight.
Yeah, and those 2 Pogo Punks that he fought will 100% of the time drop a hamburger, so that's a scripted drop.
Hamburgers are the pivotal item in this town.
Tersio getting blocked out by the Minches there a little bit. He had to walk to the left and around. Yeah, Ori's come up to the Frank fight here, which can be a point of death.
He has 46 HP and got the 26 HP hit.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I had this exact thing happen the other day. So basically, if you can have either 46, 47, or 48 HP. So if you're at 48 HP, you've hit the short end as far as HP gain. And Frank's brandish a knife attack has a range as well. It doesn't have to always hit for 26, but if it does, it can be lethal like it just was. That second turn, Ari tried to heal and mash out the heal before his HP counter reached 0, but at 20 HP, it's not really going to be possible generally.
Yeah, 20 is, it's not good.
Happens to the best of us sometimes. We just gotta deal with it and move on. Come on, Pigpen, get out the way.
So you saw Ari take a photo there. The photo trigger is literally in between the 2 gates of the fence, and it's after daytime happens, so that's an unavoidable photo. So it's just a little extra detriment if you do die in Onet that you have to take that photo.
Yeah, if I just died in Onet and somebody came up to me and was like, hey, you want to take a picture? I would be like, please go away. So I would not be in the mood for that. personally.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a tough spot. As Uko said, getting hit for 26 on the first turn by Frank usually means death.
Yeah, I had that exact same situation in my race with Quattro the other day.
But there's still a chance that Frank could have used his weaker attack, or could have used the Talk Dirty move, which lowers Ness's guts, which reduces his chances of smash attacks.
Yeah, that's the kick to the face that he did 2 brandishes right in a row, and they were both really strong brandishes too.
Yeah, so there's a chance that Frank could have used a different attack, and Ori could have got out of it, but in this case, it was not the case. Another 25. Jeez, Frank, calm down,
Oh my
dude.
gosh. Okay, he got out of it this time, but he's still in a risky spot. Frank, please chill. Saying something nasty is what you want. There we go.
Yeah, that was a much tamer second fight there. So every other turn on Frankenstein, he will waste a turn. So you'll see him blow a puff of steam. That will happen every other turn. And then the first time he attacks, so on turn 2, Frankenstein will always attack you with the weak attack. He'll never hit you with the tore into you attack or the stronger one. So you really don't have to worry about that until turn 4. So you usually, if you go in with like 40 health, you're usually good to attack the first 2 turns and heal on the 3rd turn, and you're good to go.
Yeah, it really helps to know exactly what your enemies might do when you're fighting them so that you know what move to make.
And it's the same thing with the car painter fight that we're not up to yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But that fight is also scripted as well.
Yeah, that has a 6-turn loop. Vape Nash. Tersio playing it safe. Didn't want to get hit with the hula hoop again.
I respect the safe play there. Good call, Tersio.
We probably have about another hour on top of this.
Looks like he didn't heal. He took a hit and didn't heal before Frank, so this could go bad.
This could go bad, yeah.
Ooh,
Like
he
this.
attacked first turn, 26. Yeah, he's gonna take a Frank death here.
Frank is ruthless.
Unless... Oh, he got the weak attack, but it was too much.
Yeah, you really need to go into Frank with max HP, even if it means that if you're like 1 HP below max, you want to heal just so that you're at max.
Yeah, you always want to go in at full health. And also, you always want to heal whenever Frank deals you damage, no matter how small. But in all fairness, Frank deaths aren't terribly uncommon either.
A death anywhere isn't terribly uncommon.
That's true.
So Ori is making his way up to Giant Step, which is the first Sanctuary dungeon of the game, and the only one that we will be participating in here. And so begins the slug grind.
So Ori's going to be grinding on slugs until he hits level 8, and then he'll be proceeding to the boss.
Level 8 is a level where Ness always learns his special psychic move, PSI Rockin', or whatever you named it, because the favorite thing that you name it is what the name of the psychic move is.
Yeah, And that's an AoE attack that allows him to first turn kill the black antoids that flank the Titanic Ant. Otherwise, those antoids can cause quite the trouble because they can heal the boss. So we definitely don't want that to happen.
I like that about Earthbound, though, because it teaches you the importance of all of your different moves by showing you that if you don't use them in the right situations, it could have dire consequences, because the black antoids will either do you massive damage or completely heal Titanic Ant's health back to max.
Oh no. Oh, with the gut save on Tersio. Oh man.
Oh, and the smash!
Oh man, he lucked out.
Definitely needs to heal turn 1 here if he wants to survive.
Yeah, for sure. Wisely does just that. Oh no.
Yeah, that was a risky move.
Oh. It worked out for him though. He's through Frankie's time. GG. So you see Ari walking back and forth. What he's trying to do is he's trying to induce spawns, and he's trying to despawn mice and spawn slugs, because slugs give more experience and they're pretty easy to kill. Whereas the mice usually hit you for a smash attack for like 14, which is a lot at this stage of the game. So, I mean, sometimes I grind on mice when I hit level 7, and I'm usually like pretty close to level 8. But it's not something you typically want to do.
Yeah, sometimes you get desperate. And, every once in a while it works out, but not always. Basically, anything that isn't a slug has a pretty good chance of killing you. Slugs are the most worth your time as far as grinding in here.
Okay, this is a good question in chat. What does Boogie percent mean? Boogie percent is our partial race category for the game that ends upon picking up the jar of fly honey after defeating the Boogie Tent boss in 3.
Very concise explanation, I like it. There you go. Already found that 6-pack.
Yeah. So I'm guessing since he brought himself up to the 3rd floor, that this is going to give him level 8 here. It all depends on after he gets it. All depends on what his offense level is at too. What he's looking for at level 8, he's looking for 24 offense. That allows him to insta kill single ants, which provides a lot of great protection heading up to the boss.
MC, if the cooks don't get a ticket, they can't make it for you. I guess he's not at level 8 yet.
Here's a little bit further. Ooh, yeah, he's got the double antoid fight. That's a bad spot. Not only can they call for help, but they hit hard and they can heal themselves.
Yeah, any antoid fight before level 8 is a major risk. And that's why, because they call for help. You can get stuck in endless loops here.
He's going to make it out 3 Antoids. I'm guessing this is going to give him level 8 here. Yep, there you go. 2 offense. I don't know what his offense level is at. I don't know if he checked it. If he checked it, I missed it. So we'll see. He's going to check it. Oh, he's at 23. So that means he's going to have to stutter his way around single ant spawns on the way up to the boss.
Tersio fighting some slugs now.
So obviously a little slower than the insta-win method, but it's at level 8, you kind of time to go fight the boss, really. But if you want to play it super safe, you can grind to level 9 as well.
A nice little gesture here by the devs. They threw in a magic butterfly spawn room. Basically, you can refill your health whenever you want to just by grinding on those butterflies for a little bit. Even if it looks clear, this last room here can kind of mess with you because of the little rocks on the floor. Sometimes the Antoids can actually hide like perfectly in the border of the rocks, and that has gotten people before, including me.
Me too. $83 is a pretty good damage roll in the first rock, and obviously you see as he took out the Antoids too, so they're not going to be a factor in the rest of this fight now.
PSI Rocket has a really wide damage range between around 40 and 120, I believe. So you want to roll as high as possible, but it's weighted toward the middle. It also has a chance of just completely missing altogether, so you want to avoid that at all costs too. That's not good for Tersio.
Yeah, it took a death to Antoids. That's yeah, managing those guys is definitely a pain. Not to, ooh, and he's blowing off the heel at Mom here. He didn't heal.
Might regret that later.
Which means he's going back into Giant Seth. He'll have full health, but he's going to have 0 psychic points, so his ability to use a life up will be non-existent unless he runs into a butterfly on the way. Meanwhile, Ori is taking down the ant and is getting the Sanctuary Melody.
Gatekeeper Ant has let him through. Ori has gotten the first melody, and as some like to say, 1 is all you need.
Any percent, nice.
I'm gonna assume, I wasn't watching Ari's whole fight, but I'm gonna assume that he has a lot of burgers left and is probably going to skip shopping.
Yeah, he had a pretty clean fight, but he used at least 3 that I saw. So if he was full, he probably has 4 or 5 left, which is and that's a pretty good range to be in for cops.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I did notice on Ant that every time Ori used a burger, he outsped Ant, and that's not what you're looking for. You don't want to outspeed on healing turns.
Yeah, turn order in this game is based on the speed stat, but it's got a little bit of random variability. So you can go first, or your enemy can go first, but every turn everybody will get their turn. And if you're trying to heal on fights in this town, you would rather have your enemy hit you and then you get off the heal so that you negate the damage that they do. But sometimes you heal and you go first, and then your enemy will hit you and then negate all of the healing that you just did. Already starting Cops here. Cops is generally heralded as one of the hardest fights in this game, at least casually, just because you have five fights in a row, five really hard fights in a row with no breaks in between. So you have to do all of your healing in battle, which wastes turns. Yeah, Tersio's going to want to back off on that one there. He might get a fight, though. He'd rather take the mouse, definitely. Ari is definitely paying very close attention to his HP count and taking that into account when choosing his next move. Cops have a weak attack, which does around 20 damage, and a strong attack, which could do in the low to mid 30s. So a lot of Cops non-manipulated is just gambling. It looks like we have some connection issues with Tersio. Ari making a wise move here and healing on turn 1 against Strong because he has some really strong attacks. But generally, 2 Rockins should take him out. Good stuff. Looks like Tersio's reached level 8.
Yeah. See if he checks his offense.
That's fine. Everybody can just listen to the sweet, silky sounds of our voices. Don't imagine anybody could have a problem with that.
Oh no, not at all.
RA did run out of hamburgers, so it's good that he grabbed that one, but skipped the exit mouse. Good catch on that Antoid. Sometimes it's hard to see those guys coming when you're walking into Tucson, especially if you're used to RNG manip, which you never see those. So you just kind of blindly walk through that area without expecting anything to come after you.
Or he's going to save here to set up Death Warp after the Carpenter fight. So what happens is after he defeats Carpenter, he'll take a death in Lilliput Steps Cave, and he'll be placed back at the department store there with Paula after he recovers her.
I'm sorry, did I just hear Paula?
Paula.
Trying to decipher Tercio's ant fight there.
Yeah, it seems like the stream's having an awful lot of stop and go at the moment. As far as I understand, he's in Florida, so it could be due to the hurricane as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, hey. The stream is back, but it would look like we have a minute or so of desync.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
not good.
Boogie Percent is a partial game race category that goes up through the Boogie Tent boss in Threed. It collects, and the ending time is the collection of the Jar of Fly Hundy after the fight.
So what Ori just did was walk up to a very specific point to load the iron pencil statue into memory, which is all you need to do in order to activate this phone call from Applikid. Contrary to popular belief, you don't actually have to check the pencil. This category exists because it is a lot shorter. The full playthrough can be, and usually is, upwards of 4 hours, and not everybody has time for that, you know?
So as far as the tournament category is concerned, we elected on this because it shows off a good amount of the game, and it shows off a good amount of the tech that you need to know to learn the game, while keeping it to roughly about an hour, between an hour 10 to an hour 20 minutes.
However, I think we should mention that we are this year having a glitchless tournament in addition to the Boogie tournament. There aren't quite as many entrants, but it is going to be pretty crazy. Nice, unassuming local guy. Cracked bat percent. Yeah, I didn't get a 123. I got a 124. Can we reset?
Those clean equips, man.
That A1 menuing.
See a 6-pack of slugs on Tersio's screen here. He's gonna want to be stuttering by those. Ooh, he takes the red though. Well, no psychic points. These guys can do some damage here. They're only gonna hit you for 3, but they're gonna hit you 6 times a turn, possibly.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. It's no big deal. The race is still on. So Aurilliux has erased the pencil statue and is entering the gauntlet known as Peaceful Rest Valley, affectionately referred to as PRV.
Peaceful Reset Valley.
You right.
There's a lot of different names for it, not being one of them. You're right, it is supposed to be Grateful Dead Valley. You're 100% right.
Yeah, that is the Japanese name. Named after the very influential and popular rock band Grateful Dead.
I know Grapefruit Falls had a different name too. I can't think of it offhand.
Did it really? I actually don't remember.
This category will end before Grapefruit Falls, though.
Oh, he tried to finagle that, but it didn't work out. Thankfully, it's just a sprout. Never mind. I forgot they could summon. When they can summon, they'll summon. So what we do after Onet is instead of going to heal with Frank or something like that, we pick up 2 magic butterflies and do 1 life up, and that puts us at max. Just kind of on your way to Happy Happy Village, but now Ori has been drained of his resources, but looks like he's gonna push on through anyway. Maybe not. He's just trying to despawn stuff. He's got to get this last butterfly spawn point. Thankfully, all of the different butterflies, all the different butterfly spawn points in this area are very common, so it's not like it's hard to find any.
I thought for a second he's going to go down Vogler Pass.
Yeah, it looked like it for a minute. Yeah, what magic butterflies do is they give you 20 psychic points. So once you get 1, you have enough to do a life up, and then you can get another one to max out. Tersio is fighting Ant again.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a better result this time for him.
When you're fighting Titanic Ant, every single time that he does damage to you, you want to heal, just like in the Frank situation.
Ori's going to be doing some equipment buying here. He's going to buy an upgraded weapon and an upgraded piece of armor for the upcoming battles.
It's also going to buy a Qualton here.
Shouts to Skate then. I was waiting to see if he would buy a refreshing herb, but luckily he did not.
Yeah, refreshing herbs, you need to buy 1 or 2 there. In the regular glitchless run, but in Boogie Percent they aren't needed, so it would be a waste of time to get them. Sometimes.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The Tersio is taking down Ant on the other side here.
Good stuff. Good to see. Liz Smash. Because that would make too much sense to edit. So Ori just completed the Shack fight, which is a mandatory battle against 2 insane cultists and a spiteful crow. That fight is not possible to run from, so you do have to beat all three of them.
There is a burgeoning strat to Death Warp there, though.
Not in races. It's not worth it in races for reasons.
Yeah, the full glitchless run is it's strategy to take a Death Warp there.
It's not required that you win that fight. It's just required that you take it one way or another. So some people like to Death Warp off of that fight instead of Death Warping back to Tucson. And each strat has its own pros and cons. Looks like the cultist summon, so Ari has to resort to rockin'. Whoa, that monstrous PP level up. Don't Go to Heaven was actually in the Japanese version too. That wasn't a censored line.
Some of the things that did change were on the hospital. They took the Red Cross down.
They took most of the Red Crosses down, but not all of them. Well, they took them off the hospitals, but there's still Red Crosses in Earthbound.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff like that happened in localization. There's a really great book on it too.
Yeah, it's being brought up in chat. Legends of Localization by the one and only Tomato. Fantastic guy, very smart, very good translator, very knowledgeable when it comes to this kind of thing. He did the fan translation for Mother 3 and Mother 1. Thought Stallings was talking about me. I was like, what did I do?
Stallings.
You right. Stallings, you right. So it looks like 4 minutes ago, Tersio was fighting cops.
No, it looks like the first mole spawn decided not to spawn for Ori here. He's gonna have to venture deeper into the cave. You don't see that too often, but it does happen.
I was gonna get some bats to join, except they weren't fast enough. Yeah, this is the good friend mole playing rough that we death warp off of most of the time.
Oh yeah, this guy's great. He can make it quick or he can make it slow. It all depends on how he's feeling. And he made it quick this time.
Yeah, it looks like Ori died as quickly as he wanted to.
That wasn't a bad death warp, all things considered. Onet is scripted for the fact that we do the manipulation, which gives us the same result each time. Yeah.
Yeah, RNG manipulation is important in the Glistless speedrun if you're trying to like really, really lower your time. But in races in general, and especially tournament races like the Super Series, we don't allow that, so as to level the playing field for every runner, old and new.
Well, for one reason, his timer is about 5 minutes behind, so he's likely further along than it actually shows at the moment.
So yeah, Tersio had a handful of unfortunate deaths. But it looks like he's down Captain Strong.
He's out of Onet. On a Tucson.
Or he just did a slightly funky walk to avoid a photo trigger, so as to save the 20 seconds. And he's getting ready to watch one of the best bands, if not the best band of all time, the Runaway 5.
Good old drumboardist in the Runaway 5. So you'll see that they call themselves the Runaway 5, but clearly have 6 members on stage, and one of them is a keyboardist who I've dubbed drumboardist after another Earthbound runner.
Our man Drumbo.
So I always call them drumboardist in the Runaway 5 now. See him right there on the left, just jamming away. Watch him go. He's having a good old time.
See, he has a nice, happy old time when performing with the crew, but he doesn't help us out when we're fighting the clumsy robot.
Tersio taking a photo trigger here in front of this bike shop.
Yeah, it helps to remember to not go in front of these buildings here. There's a way that you can go behind the buildings, and that is what you should be taking.
Yep. So he's going to go and set up the same thing. He's going to set up the death warp at the department store, take out $400 at least, and be on his way into peaceful Rust Valley. Well, 379 should cut it, though. That should be fine. You're not buying refreshing herbs, so that is enough.
Drumbo is the clumsy robot. You right?
That's his part-time job. His full-time job is the keyboardist for the Runaway 5.
He's the effects technician.
Yeah.
He programs the stoplights and such. The stoplights, I mean the spotlights. That'd be pretty cool though if they had stoplights on stage. It'd be a nice signature since they drive a bus around.
Well, they do drive the bus on stage in Fourside. Let's not forget.
That they do, my good sir, that they do. I didn't even realize we were listening to different music now because we're not getting it through the RTMP.
Yeah. Alright, so Ari's pulling up in 3 here. The bus is going to let him off. So he's able to get through the ghost tunnel by virtue of the Runaway 5's jamming music, which does not affect the ghosts, unlike the regular bus. If you try to take the regular bus through the tunnel before defeating Carpainter and getting Paula, the ghost will literally turn the bus around and send you right back where you came from. But the Runaway 5 are able to get around that.
Ghosts can't handle rock and roll.
You know what they say? They built that city on rock and roll.
You can't see it, but I'm giving the horns.
There's really just a super, super good graveyard for Ori here. 0 spawns on screen that I saw. And the graveyard there is one spot that you can get in trouble pretty quick with spawns too. So it's very fortunate for him to have such a clean walkthrough.
Yeah, what you need to do to purposely get kidnapped here is go through the graveyard, get the zombies to see you, and then you can leave, and then the zombie lady will appear in front of the hotel. So you can follow her inside and they'll kidnap you. The more runs you watch of this whacker, that thought will change. There are reports of people who go, I didn't know anything could spawn there, just because they don't speedrun this game like people like me and D-Rock do.
Yeah, you always the fun part about this game is you always find out something new too.
2017, we're still discovering new things about this game.
Tersio opting to walk back to Berglund Park in front of the buildings here. Pencil Eraser, get on to Happy Happy.
So Arya's woken up as Jeff. It's Jeff's mission right now to answer Paula's, what do you call it? Not telekinesis, but the other thing. Telepathic messages. Rescue Ness and Paula who have been kidnapped. That's not a good red swirl from the UFO at all.
Yeah, you don't want to take any fights in PRV. If you can
You really
help
don't.
it. Not at all.
Yeah, and he's trying to run, which is not going to work because UFOs have really high speed. That's no bueno. Jeff has obtained Bubble Monkey. We all know and love this character.
Oh yeah, he's the best. For sure.
Look at his kooky lack of a walk pattern.
Or he's going to stay in the tent here for the night, and then when he wakes up in the morning, the winds are going to pick up, the leaves are going to be swirling, and you're going to get to see our good friend, Tessie, whom we all know and love.
We actually love.
So typically this is the moment where we would spam the MS Paint Beast emote in chat, but which is basically a picture of Tessie here.
Doesn't appear that Speed Gaming 2 is hooking us up, but we can dream.
Oh, we get some MS Paint Beast in chat. It's all good.
Yeah, we'll get it anyway. I didn't realize the orb was RBM sub emote. That's sick.
Yeah. Alright, so on to the meat and potatoes of winters here. We have Brick Road and we have Pond Cave, which can go one of two ways, and usually goes like intermediate to bad. But it can go quite well.
Brick Road has 3 enemies that are impassable most of the time. This is the first protoplasm. Generally heralded as one of the worst boss fights in the game because it's very hard fight.
Fun fact here, it is actually possible to skip all 3 enemies in Brick Road.
It is possible to skip them, but it doesn't happen every time. They're on your path to victory is what I mean. Skipping the first protoplasm is very, very tough though. Like very pixel perfect, I want to say. Looks like Ari's gonna go for duck skip here. Basically taking advantage of the duck's aggro radius, you can have him aggro you and unaggro you to where you can drag him down below to where he gets caught on the wall, and then you can skip the duck.
Duck skip.
I think Tersio's gonna skip shopping here.
It's a bold strategy call. Let's see if it pays off.
Matrick actually did it earlier in his race. I don't know if it was intentional, but it did pay off for him. But just to be clear, it's something that I would highly recommend against. The Sandlot Bat and the Holmes Hat are just too useful.
They are, but in a partial game category, especially since after Carpainter, Ness doesn't attack anymore. He only uses rock-ins on tent. I can kind of understand it. Although that
for the bat, sure, but you do want the defense.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but in that, not to mention that cultist fight inside the chapel would be very difficult. Well, you'd have to use your rockets on it, but
yeah, exactly. Ari stutter stepping his way through the pond cave here.
Stutter that.
Stutter that.
Yeah, the single slug. I agree, Ari. Good call.
Yeah, not a bad move at all, actually. That just made me rethink my pond cave strategy.
Yeah, there's no Antoid spawns in Pond Cave, so you don't have to worry about that happening.
Yeah, I never really thought about it.
If
I
you see
didn't. I didn't assume that Jeff would auto kill the slugs.
Yeah, with the pop gun, I want to say his offense is well over 24. Not that that would matter, but because right when you step for foot into Giant Step as Ness, you can take
You
out the
can
slugs
already.
on an
Yeah.
insta kill. That's at level 5. So fighting a protoplasm and a duck would put him at level 4 or 5 ish.
Something like that.
Yeah, this last little exit here can be pretty truly, but
And the
Ori's
mushrooms.
taking his time with it. He's got that one.
Yeah.
GG.
Mushrooms can spawn pretty much anywhere in that little area up above. That is a sanctuary that he walked past, but Jeff can't find it on his own. And it's not
You gotta-
needed for Boogie Tent anyways.
You gotta have Ness in the party. You need to have the Soundstone on you. Tersio is heading back from going to fight Carpenter. I'm not sure where he's heading.
He might be trying to heal.
Possibly going to look for
Now-
a butterfly.
Now that the way is clear.
He's heading back to the shop. He's going to shop. He, like you said, he blew off the shop early. He's back in the store.
He was $1 short of the bat. Oh no, he wasn't. He was like $9 short.
Skyrunner.
Sky Runner.
You probably took one hit from that cultist and it was like, yeah, no, I'm not trying this.
They'll hit you real hard if you don't have all the defense you need.
He's going to have to talk to them again to get them out of the way, but the one that he has to fight will be gone. So.
Yeah, he's already out of there. Look at this cutscene foreshadowing all these areas we're not going to be visiting today.
Here's a nice city. If you would like to visit this city, please pay for the rest of the DLC. I'm just kidding. DLC didn't exist when this game came out.
How about the Sega Channel?
Ooh.
You could plug in your coaxial cable and download some DLC for your Sega Genesis. So for the Carpenter fight, you're basically just hoping for his lightning attacks to hit you so that they reflect back at him, because that's going to be your biggest source of damage output. But it's completely random whether or not it hits you. It has a 25% chance to hit you each time. But that double reflect is going to do him. Unfortunately, now he needs the Death Warp, and he has over 100 HP, so that's going to be a little bit of trouble. Hey, buddy, you trying to get out of here? Too bad.
Oh, for a rip, are you, bud? It's a good thing Jeff crash landed exactly where they were with a machine that can fix bad keys.
Yeah, very convenient. New runners be learning right quick that you can't squeeze between that tree and that house. I think I saw Xander try it today earlier. Yeah, he's playing it safe with the crows. I respect that decision.
And Ori is heading towards the conclusion of the race category here. He's heading towards the Boogie Tent fight right now. Ooh, he got ambushed from behind the 3 sign.
Oh, yeah, that's a very trolly spawn point for enemies. Like, you don't ever see it, and then once you do, it's like, well, now I gotta be careful for it. Hopefully he can get out of this without losing his moxie.
I don't want him to lose his gumption.
He really just needs Jeff to be alive more than anything. He needs to be able to get that big bottle rocket off. That's gonna be the biggest source of damage output for Boogie Tent. These levels might help though. Got those fire strats.
Yeah, he'll be able to use fire now. And Jeff loves more speed.
This is also actually cutting from all of the mashing from levels that you're gonna see after beating Boogie Tent.
Yep, good point. That's very true.
Quattro Tercio's been having some internet things, or PC issues, I guess.
Boogie Tent, Teddy Bear did his job there. Took the shot.
That's what you're looking for. 6-11.
Ori with the 1 shot on Boogie Tent.
1 shot Diamond Dog.
Because the thing with Ori is that he seems to be more indispensable to most than that Boogie Tent outspeeds everybody and kills Jeff.
Yeah, oh yeah, Ari has an interesting history with Boogie Tent, so that's an upset right there. Yeah, Temple's freaking out in chat. He knows.
Exactly. GG, Ori. Well done, sir.
And there we go.
He must be using someone else's card. Alright.
Oh, looks like we're about to see a tent glitch.
Yeah. Alright, so this is like the de facto, post-race thing to do here. Let's see if he can open up the debug menu in the 3 tent. Meanwhile, we're all gonna watch Tersio finish strong.
Let's see those sharp claws. But yeah, that is the text glitch we're looking for with the check area glitch.
No problem here.
No problem here. I was about to say, I hope he didn't kill them all, because that would be unfortunate.
Yeah.
You will enter the Peaceful Rest Valley. Looks like he got some Hitman text.
You will enter the PRV again. Actually, technically you will in a full glitchless run.
PPR D7. I don't know anything about getting the debug menu in the 310. I've never seen that.
PPR. It's like Earthbound's playing fantasy football.
I knew this would become about Final Fantasy football.
Final Fantasy football with the first
Final Fantasy football.
with the first pick in the draft. I will take Bart Klauser, FF5. That's it for today, D7. I love this. I love this glitch. It's so funny.
He's talking about a chessboard square.
Ryan drafted Celis from FF6.
I got Yuna from Final Fantasy X because that's the only character I know.
Ooh, good pick. Good pick.
Actually, no. Final Fantasy X 2.
Oh, you're going for...
Because this time, last time she saved the world. This time, it's personal. I would what? What's that mean? I love that Ari's still mashing.
Hello, Boing. By the way, shoutouts to Hello Boing. He is last year's Super Series champion. So
oh yeah, we got royalty in the building.
Be sure to give him a firm welcome here. Yeah, his timer has stopped because he's finished with the race.
Yeah, Ari is all done, so he's just doing a glitch for fun.
So each year in the Super Series, the champion of the whole tournament gets an Earthbound card paid for by the community. So
yeah, you know what?
Was our champion last year.
Boing is right. Boing is right. You know why? Because despite the fact that he has his cart, you guys want to know what he runs on?
VUVC.
Ooh. Got him.
Got him. So Tersio's up to drum board us in the Runaway 5 show.
There's an idea.
That's right, Boing. I do remember that. All right, Tersio, you got this. Finish up strong, man.
So, roughly 6 minutes ago, Tersio was handing the wad of bills to the club manager.
Yeah, past the time that Ori finished now, so 1:13:22.
I think we all forgot that the club manager does have a name. His name is Poochie Fudd.
Yes, you're right. I actually forgot about that name altogether, too.
I don't know why that came back to me just now, but I just remembered.
Track and field. Boing's busting out the NES power pad.
Oh, what? I wish I worked for Fangamer, that'd be sick. Out of the way, sidewalk, that's me when I drive. low key.
You're in luck, Soundhound, because I can assure you that both runners have had a good time.
There he is.
What's up, Ori? GG, man.
Yeah, congrats on the win. Good work. CD minus.
CD minus.
Oh man, that's some good stuff. I've never seen the Peaceful Rest Valley hint in the 310.
That's it for today, D7. Is that to say that Ori rolled a 7 on his 20-sided die?
Oh.
Or excuse me, rolled a 7-sided die.
Someone break out the squirrel deck.
Magnets. And Ninja Fly on Tersio.
Yeah. You should be using freeze on the fly. It's the best way to get rid of him. Oh, that works too, I guess.
Do, 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 do.
I always liked that spooky sound effect.
Yeah, same here.
Cloud gaming is Final Fantasy VII.
Starting winters.
I'm excited for the Boeing and Ron Timney race.
Yeah, it's nice to see Rum back. He's been away for a while.
That's a good question, Ori.
But as far as that Boing guy goes, I mean...
Yeah, Ron Timney is a legacy runner. I've never heard of that Boeing guy, though. That guy Boing needs to get on my level, bro. 12 minutes to save.
In all fairness, though, Boing is an excellent runner.
No, he really is. It's going full ham on it. You really never know with this glitch. It might suddenly change. It might suddenly move over to a different loop or some more Garbo text.
Can't stop, won't stop. This is gonna be like the Carbon Dog stare down again.
You already know.
So Ori got into the Carbon Dog fight in Fire Spring one time, and he managed to paralyze Carbon Dog, but got paralyzed on the same turn by Carbon Dog. So it was just a stalemate of hilarious proportions.
Tersio was taking the wrong path there. It might be possible to make it around that way, but I don't know if it is.
You can, but you're literally, if you go into that little slot down, straight down from the store there, you not only have little chance to get into a fight, but it's faster.
Yeah, it is faster and safer.
Almost. Oh, Bubble Monkey, why?
Oh, that should not have been red. Didn't look red to me. Terzio's gonna get some mad levels though.
Yeah, you got a cookie. Yeah, he's gonna cross two spawn plates here instead of coming down in the middle of both of them. Luckily, there was nothing in the first one. He's got a crow. He's gonna despawn that though. Good deal. Yeah, so if you take that path that I mentioned before, you come down in the middle of those two spawn plates, and if you have like a gruff go to the left, or excuse me, to the right, usually what I try to do is I try to pull that guy as far right as I can, and then walk left to despawn. See if Tersio can get the photo skip as well. Sometimes the Tessie watcher can come down and kind of hinder your progress.
Yeah, you can go for the photo skip in front of the tent, or you can just go around the tent and completely avoid the risk. Which is what Tersio seems to be going for here. And even still, the watcher is in his way. I can already hear what Ari's doing the cursor to.
Is this going to be some gutsy Batman? Oh, you already got the gutsy bat. I can equip this weapon. Meanwhile, we have everybody's favorite sea beast, Tessie, on the left.
What a majestic beast of nature.
I feel like Ori's gonna go for Gutsy Batmanip here, but I might be wrong.
I don't know if he has a save for it.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna go for bike percent. That's what we're gonna see, ladies and gentlemen.
He's going for Temple percent, yeah. So the originator of bike percent is Mr. LL Temple in chat here.
He's also the suave, sexy organizer of our Earthbound Super Series. We don't really need to explain this, do we? Just watch.
Oh yeah, this is fantastic. If only Ori had named Ness I, it would have said I rode a bicycle.
I named my kids UKO and Boogie Percent, so it would be you rode a bicycle.
Which works. Oh, looks like he got a level out of the deal already, so he's going to be facing Protoplasm here at level 2, which is a little bit better than facing the level 1. I wonder if this becomes the new thing instead of the 10.
You can always do both. I mean, you do have the save file for it.
Oh, we gotta have a death to Proto on Tersio.
Yeah, that's
which
no
is it's a common thing to happen, but
it's not uncommon at all.
ETA to completion, I'd say about 10-12 minutes, give or take. Possibly less. All just depends on how Tersio handles the RNG.
Either way, I think we're going to be moving over to the next race here in 15 minutes or so, anyway.
So I hope we get to see the conclusion of bike percent as well. But if we get too close, if we get too close, we'll explain what happens.
I know Temple's going to be all about that.
Alright, first Proto down. Duck is definitely not having any of that today. He's not being skipped.
Oh, Rutro. That was an inconvenient spawn position. I didn't even know cops and dogs could spawn down there.
Yeah.
Personally, I enjoy the number of hippies that we're seeing on our race side here.
I'm not surprised by this.
Alright, Tersio's made it through Brick Road.
GG.
That was very close on our race side. Sorry, I keep talking about this. But the bike has a huge hitbox. So it's very easy to get caught on places you wouldn't really expect.
Yeah, I saw Tersio despawn the entrance to Pond Cave. Looks like the second time he got through, no problem. Got in there.
Yeah, it's always nice when Pond Cave lets you through the first area. It's really, really hard to stutter step around a lot of these enemies in here. You gotta be a pro.
That first room is rough, yeah.
Not even I dare to do that most of the time, and I'm in third place.
Ooh. It's an unfortunate spot for Monkey to go complacent on him.
Yeah. Bike percent is hard. That's where we need to give credit to Temple and Boing for figuring all that stuff out. It's freaking hard, man, to get those enemies to stay around you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I've been doing it myself every once in a while, trying bike percent, and I can't ever figure it out. Like I successfully got into the fight one time, and I got U encounter immediately, so I didn't get to do anything.
He needs to go down a little bit further than that. Ooh.
Yeah, it's always good to know the despawn distance necessary to
He's got that.
get rid of enemies. But yeah, that's a good spawn position.
Well done, Tersio.
All right, Tersio's hitting the home stretch. The taxi. That taxi is annoying.
Stop that taxi. Sky Runner.
The taxi's still there.
Good luck, Boing. And,
Come on, Hippie, show me those bright whites.
good luck as well to Rom Timney as well.
So what Ari's trying to do is a little glitch fest called bike percent. basically what we try to do is to ride our bike around in this area where Tucson spawns spawn, and he's trying to get as many of them as possible to follow him at the same distance, so that there are so many enemies on screen that the game starts to lag. And what he's going to do beyond that point is to try and bring all of those enemies with him into Berglund Park. And since there are a lot of NPCs in Berglund Park, that breaks the game even more. And you can use that to get into a very, very glitched encounter with almost anything, honestly.
I think the funniest thing we saw so far was the banana fly off the table or something like that.
Yeah, Temple got red swirled by bananas.
Yeah, Zay.
All right, Tersio's making his way to home plate. That Boogie Tent fight. And there we go.
GG, Tersio.
Tersio brought it home.
He finished strong. Nah, Ori didn't hardlock. He's just got off the bike.
Yeah, he got off the bike.
Thank you all for tuning in for this race. We got another race coming up right behind it, but I do believe myself and Uko are handing it off to LL Temple and Aerofram on commentary for the Rom Timney Hello Boing race. So be sure to stick around, and some more Earthbound coming right at you.
It's gonna be me and Airframe actually. So
Oh, my mistake.
hope y'all haven't gotten sick of me yet. Just kidding, you never will. I already know. like
All right, thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to duck out of here. I'm going to hand it off to Airfram, and be sure to watch the next race and have fun.
Yo, let's get lit. We're getting set up for the next race, ladies and gentlemen.
Have a good one.
Talk to you later, D-Rock. But yeah, like that was some stellar commentary just performed by Uko. Great play there. A 3-point shot from way downtown. See, we have some window flavor bias in chat. So this upcoming race is sure to be an interesting one. We have on the left our 2016 Earthbound Super Series champion, Hello Boing, making a comeback for next tourney. And on the right, we have Rom Timney, an Earthbound runner who predates me, but he is making his comeback for the Earthbound Super Series as well. That's very exciting for all of us.
Hey there, Ruka. Just got set up here. Looks like we're in for an exciting race here.
What is going on, Airfram? Good to hear your beautiful voice.
Glad to hear yours as well. You ready for a second round?
I am excited. I wish there was a window color that was the color scheme of Threed. I would use the hell out of that one.
A nice deep purple.
Yes. It's pretty.
Me, I'm a personal favorite of either the plain or the banana flavor.
I'm down to clown with banana.
Peanut and mint, a little bit too much on my eyes there, and strawberry, I think I died or something.
Strawberry looks like Pepto.
It does.
It does look like Pepto. And that thought grosses me out. Like, I used to play on strawberry all the time just because pink is my favorite color. But like that's a Pepto pink, and I'm not about that.
I'm just a personal fan of the plain because it looks so clean. You don't got any bleeding of the colors into the text box.
I used to feel the same way. But I feel like the color edges have their charm too. Bing ing. Boing, your Wii Virtual Console is showing. Not the bees.
And it looks like we're about to get underway here.
Boogity 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 boys. They still haven't fixed my Twitch name. I like Uku tunes though.